Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
In this video tutorial, I want to show you how to make this beautiful 4-tier crocheted flower. This one was made with a smaller hook that I currently have here. Just for this tutorial, I'm gonna be using a 3mm hook and a bit thicker yarn, so the flower will come out just a bit bigger. And I think I can begin. I'm gonna leave it here just for you to see what the end result should look like. I'm gonna begin with a magic ring, so twice around my thumb, slip stitch, chain 1, and now 6 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna tighten up the magic ring. And join it with a slip stitch. So in this second row, I'm actually not gonna be doing with joinings what I usually do, where I pull the yarn really tight, but I'm gonna just continue working because there's such a small gap, you won't see actually the shift to the left or to the right. So I've done the chain 1. Now I need to go into each stitch and do an increase. At the end I'm gonna have 12 stitches. So I'm now on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm gonna go into the first stitch, only the front loop. I'm gonna take only the front loop and I'm gonna join it with a slip stitch. This slip stitch I'm gonna pull tight, really tight, so there's no gap here between. Now I'm gonna start with the next row. That's gonna be the first row of the petals. I'm gonna do chain 2 and a slip stitch in the same stitch. Now again chain 2 and a slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch in the next stitch. Don't forget, only the front loops, you see, only the front loops. Those are the back loops. I'm only taking the front loops. I'm doing a chain 2 and taking only the front loop and doing a slip stitch in. Chain 2, only the front loop. Chain 2, only the front loop, and again chain 2, only the front loop. I forgot the chain 2 and only the front loop, chain 2, the front loop only, chain 2, the front loop, chain 2, the front loop, chain 2, and the front loop. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 little ruffles around. Now I have to go to the back side. So I'm gonna do a slip stitch in the first back loop here. Pull it really tight together. Do a chain 1, again pull that chain 1 really tight together, and now I'm gonna continue with increases. So I'm gonna do 1 single crochet and 1 increase. So that's 1 single crochet and 1 increase stitch in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now 4 is a single crochet, 5, 6 is an increase, 7 is a single crochet, 8, 9 is an increase, 10 is a single crochet, 11, 12 is an increase. You can see how I'm kind of pulling the first row of petals away, and you can see the back loops where I'm working my stitches in. Now the next one is a single crochet and an increase. Now a single crochet, and the last one is an increase. There is a stitch here, it's just hidden a bit more, so that's an increase. Now what I have to do is join it with the front loop only with a slip stitch and pull that slip stitch really tight. Now I'm gonna start with the first row of the petals, so that means I'm gonna be doing chain 3. Actually, I'm gonna be doing chain 2, a double crochet in the front loops only, don't forget it's only in the front loops, a double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. And this is how you get the first one, and now I have to repeat that 6 more times. No more, 8 more times. So slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. In the next stitch I'm going in with the slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, another double crochet, in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. So I have 3 petals done. Slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. A slip stitch in the front loops only, so you can see the back loops are making a nice ridge here for the next row. So I've done a slip stitch. Now I need to do chain 2, a double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. A slip stitch, all in the front loops only. A chain 2, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. A slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Now this row is done. Now I need to go to the back side and I have to join it, so I'm gonna do a slip stitch in the first one on the back side. So I have 2 tiers of petals done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another increase. I'm gonna do a chain 1, I'm gonna, with increases on the next round, I'm actually gonna do a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet, or 6 times. So at the end I'm gonna have 24 stitches. So again, an increase, a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet. So that's 8, single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet. That's 12, single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet. That's 16, an increase, and a single crochet. Now I'm on 20, a single crochet, an increase, and a single crochet. This last one is always a bit hidden, but you can see it. So that's the last single crochet. I'm gonna join it with the first one with a slip stitch. Actually, what I would had to do here was, when I'm joining it, I have to join it in the front loop only. So a reminder, only through the front loop, and pull the slip stitch really tight together. So the next one I'm gonna be doing with slip stitch. Now I have a chain 2, a double crochet. Now I'm gonna have another 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2. Now I'm gonna have another double crochet in the next stitch and chain 2 and a slip stitch. So this is gonna be 1 petal. Now I have to repeat it 8 times. So a slip stitch, a chain 2, a double crochet, 2 double crochets. Now in the next stitch, front loops only, of course, a double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch. So 2 petals are done, a few more to go. Slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, 2 double crochets, a double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets, another double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch. Halfway done. Slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets. Don't forget, only the front loops. Now another double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets, another double crochet, chain 2, and a slip stitch, a slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets, double crochet, Now chain 2 and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets, double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. And now what I have to do is go with the slip stitch to the back side, pull it tight, and now I'm on the last row. So these little rows, the last row kind of has a peak here, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I have a slip stitch. Now I'm gonna do chain 2, a double crochet. Now I'm gonna do 2 triple crochets in the next stitch. Now I'm gonna do chain 2 and I'm gonna go into the top of the second triple crochet. I'm gonna do a single crochet here, and now I need to do in the next stitch 2 triple crochets. Now I have to do a double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch, and this is a petal done. So now I go to the next one, a slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet. Now I do 2 triple crochets, so that's 1, 2, chain 2, and in the top of the second triple crochet I do a single crochet in. Now 2 triple crochets, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Now 2 petals are done. Slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, triple crochet, another triple crochet, chain 2, and on the top of the triple crochet a single crochet in, another 2 triple crochets in the same stitch, in the next stitch, sorry, but they both go into the same one, and then a double crochet in the next one, chain 2 and a slip stitch. So that's 3 petals done. Slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, 2 triple crochets, so that's the first one, the second one, chain 2, and on top of the triple crochet I do single crochet. That kind of just gives you this picot here. Now another 2 triple crochets, a double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. In the next one, slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet, 2 triple crochets, so that's the first one, the second one, chain 2, a single crochet in top of the third, on the second triple crochet, 2 more triple crochets, a double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2 and a slip stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, a double crochet. Now I have 2 triple crochets, chain 2, in the top one I'm doing a single crochet. Now it's 2 triple crochets, now the last stitch, it's hidden here, but you will be able to find it, a double crochet, chain 2 and a slip stitch. Now I can cut the yarn. I'm gonna pull it through. I'm gonna take my needle and just work the tail in a bit. And if you want to either block your flower, or you can just wet it a bit and then put the petals in the position, you can use your fingers or you can use a tweezer to get the petals out a bit more. But once it's in position you can block it even more. But I think I'm done with this one. I'm not gonna even bother with doing any bling on it. I'm not gonna put any seed beads on, or you can put a button on top here just to hide this hole, or a pearl. I think it looks nice just the way it is. So this one was made with a 3mm hook, this one was made with a 1.75mm hook, so you can see the difference. And before I go, I just want to tell you what I'm gonna do next in the next tutorial. In the next tutorial I'm gonna make a similar flower like this one, but I am gonna use 4 different colors, so each row of petals is gonna be done in a different color just to have it more vibrant. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know, and until the next time I'm gonna say happy crafting!